Why do so many men leave their children? Now, before I answer this one, if you would like to remain angry because your husband or your boyfriend left, don't listen to this. Click away, because it's only going to make you more angry, and that's not good for your long-term health. Now, we do have a problem that men leave their children, and we will never be able to fix this problem unless we say the truth, unless we call it what it is. Men do not leave their children. Men leave their wives and girlfriends. And we never mention this. We only say, he left the children. And this is why we can never fix it. Because there is a law in the universe that says, whatever you want to change, first you need to make it yours. You cannot change something that is not yours. And by and by judging something or someone or a situation, it's not ours anymore. Whatever we judge goes away. It doesn't belong to us anymore, because nothing wants to be judged. No energy in the universe wants to be judged. And because it's not ours anymore, we cannot change it. We simply judge men for leaving their children. We have gone to the moon 40 years ago, and we still haven't figured out to ask the man, what made you leave? It's such a simple question. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to think of something like this. What made you leave? Not with a judgment, out of curiosity. And then we will start working on this problem. It is a problem. I'm not disagreeing. But we're not going to fix it as long as we keep judging. I know you don't want to admit the fact that your husband left you, but he did. I know you don't want to admit the fact that you became so unbearable to be with, he even gave up his kids. But he did. And until you start saying it for what it is, calling it what it is, you will not be able to change it. You simply won't. And as this statement here says, stop letting people who do so little for you control so much of your mind, feelings, and emotions. Your ex-boyfriend or ex-husband is doing so little for you, if not nothing. Why do you let him control so much of your life? Why is he in your mind 24/7? If he does so little for you, think about this. And it's okay that someone left you. So what? There is no right or wrong. You might have been right. Totally right. I agree with you there too. I know that men are not the most intelligent beings on the planet. So, yes, you're right. So, admit the fact, though, that he left you. He didn't want you anymore. That's all. He simply did not want to be with you anymore. Instead of saying he left the kids or he left us. No, he did not leave us. He left me. That's who he left. And the only reason he left me is because it is illegal to kill me. Otherwise he would have killed me and stayed with the kids. Once you see it like this, then and only then can we start changing this. I have met so many men when I lived in America that were doing odd jobs, getting paid a lot less in cash, so that the government won't take the money and send it to the ex-wife. So what, you think this is better? We have so many laws, so many lawyers, so many police trying to enforce this. Going after what they call in America deadbeat dads. All this, we waste billions and billions of taxpayers' money, so we won't ask a simple question. Why did you leave? How could none of us have come up with such a simple question? Again, you don't have to be Einstein to figure this out. A simple question, why did you leave? And then as more and more of them tell us why they left, then we can start working on the problem. Otherwise, we will never change it. We will never change anything. This will keep going and going and going. And there's another danger here. This is for the ladies. More and more men are waking up and are not getting married at all or having children. But you want to get married and you want to have children. So who do you think is going to miss out on this whole thing? You need to start looking in and start admitting the fact that he left you. And then you hold on to your power. And because you hold on to your power, first of all, you won't need him to pay child support or anything, simply because once you're powerful, you have anything you want. But most importantly, if you admit it for what it really is, you can change it if you don't like it. You can change it. I'm going to mention something personal here, because I've gotten some emails that have said that I must have been hurt by a woman and I hate women. I'm actually gay. I've never been hurt by a woman. I've never had sex with a woman. And I've always wanted to be a woman. So, no, I don't have any of that history about women driving me crazy. So, stop that and start looking in. Okay? It's easy. Sit down, think of the son of a bitch leaving, and say, you know what? He simply didn't want to be with me anymore. That's all. Let me get on with my life. Or, let me see what I can do now. Or, I'll survive. It might not be easy, but I'll survive. What makes survival even more difficult is that you have convinced your body that he should be giving you money for the kids. And you will never come out of poverty. Because you've convinced your body that he should be paying. There's another thing too. You're not going to like this, but I'm sure I've said a lot of things you don't like. Men don't have children. Men have sex. Women have children. So it's time you start taking responsibility for this. You can't just expect the men You can expect it. You cannot just demand that the man or the government take care of it, because this is giving up your responsibility. And this is another reason why your life is not easy. Because when we give up responsibility, we give up our power. I didn't say this right. When we don't take responsibility for our actions, we automatically give up our power. And without our power, how is your life going to be good? Or how is your life going to be what you want it to be? You don't take responsibility for what you do. Women have children. You might come up with 100 different reasons why men are also responsible. I'm not going to disagree with you, mainly because I don't care. I really don't. I see this whole circus as a big joke, and it's really fun to look at. So, I'm not going to disagree with your reasons of why men are also responsible. I'll agree with you. But who's suffering? Think about it for a moment. Throughout human history, women have always raised children. Men were either in the fields, out hunting, or dead from war. So take responsibility for your children, and then it will become much easier for you to raise them. Also, you see, demanding something from someone is really unattractive. When you take full responsibility and you say to the guy, okay, it won't be easy for me, but I'll manage, then he won't go to extremes to avoid child payments. So many men now are going to extremes to avoid them because they hate you. They hate you. Do you understand how much they hate you? They hate your guts. But you can turn this around by taking responsibility for your children. Then they won't feel pressured. Maybe not every last one will pay voluntarily, but I'm sure if they don't feel pressured, at least 50% of them will make an effort. And if we can get 50% of men that are not with their children, if we can get 50% of those men to pay, that is a miracle compared to where we are at now. I have met men that did not take a lucrative job which would have given them a lot of money, because half of it would have gone back to the wife, the ex-wife. So, what are you doing? Think about it for a moment. What are you doing? You will leave this earth one day. You will go back home and look back and see how petty your thinking was, and see how many opportunities you missed by not taking responsibility and by becoming even more powerful. Women are the powerful sex, not men. Men cannot multitask like women can. And you're not taking advantage of this. You're not even seeing it. You're just playing the victim. He left the children. I'm going to close it with, no, he did not leave the children. He left you. You can argue this till Jesus comes back. Nothing is going to change, even after Jesus comes back.